Well, it must be a past Christmas miracle, because I'm back! Now I know what you must be thinking. Austin, where did you go? Where did you go in between those 5 months? You know, I needed my unfunny content. Well, during that time, not only was I doing this, I was also playing video games. So I decided to make my own top 10 games of 2018 list as my hopefully last video of 2018. Remember, this is my opinion, so don't get mad at me. I mean, I don't think there would be a lot of games people would get mad, but whatever. There are people on the internet, so yeah. Anyways, let's jump to it. Future Austin, that's when you that's when the it starts. So I know this game isn't exactly very brand new, it's just a remaster, and that's the whole reason why I'm putting it this low on the list, but I felt like I should at least put it on my top 10 games of 2018 list for, you know, it did technically come out this year, and it's a remaster, you know, but whatever, it's my list. You're my mom. I found interest in this game about a year ago after watching a Game Grumps highlight video where Aaron and Danny were playing it and talking about Danny's Kermit suicide. You know the one.
And Kelly, she's very sweet and very nice, but she never did work. Like, she would always, like, we would go to her room and start doing, like, math or whatever, and then she would go watch Dawson's Creek and leave Greg and I to do all the work. And yeah, so she went to watch Dawson's Creek, and Greg and I were just like, fuck it. Like, this is the time. We're doing something. So we went into her sock drawer, and she had a Kermit the Frog doll, and we fashioned a noose out of socks and hung Kermit by his neck from her ceiling fan and set it on, like, the gentle, like, slow rotation, so it was, like, swinging around. And then all of the dorm rooms had, like, a dry erase board on the front of the doors. So, 1 minute, reft! And so we wrote, "It's not easy being green" on the door.
And later I went on vacation down south and found a retro game shop that had Katamari Damacy in stock. So I bought it, later went back to Michigan, plopped it in my PS2, and it didn't work. Moral of this story, kids, is to bring a PS2 with you everywhere you go. Anyways, Bandai remastered the game for Nintendo Switch and PC, advertised it less than the amount of my subscribers, and yeah. But I got the game for Christmas, and it's so much fun. The game can become so addicting. Basically, the story is that the king of all balls decided to go on a rampage and destroy all the stars, and you, this little green thing, have to rub all these things on Earth and recreate those stars again. The story, to say the least, isn't something to be taken seriously and make a whole timeline over, but it's just a harmless add-on. The game controls are very, well, they're unique. They're very odd, to say the least, but you do get used to them after a while. But other than that, Katamari Damacy Reroll is still a great remastering of the game, and so I'd recommend picking it up, whether for a birthday or just if you love the PS2 classic and want to play it on the go. So I've been a pretty big Pokemon fan for a few years now, and I love the classic Kanto environment, Pokemon, gym leaders, Elite Four, your flip-flopping rival Gary, or Blue if you like to go by the Pokemon Adventures manga, and which I do except when I play Pokemon Yellow because you start off with a Pikachu, and Pokemon Yellow is kind of based off the anime. So I'm sure you can understand when I say that. When Nintendo first released the trailer for this game, I was anxious at first because I thought it was just going to be nothing like any of the previous Pokemon games and be Pokemon Go on the Switch. And I was sorta right. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are remakes of Pokemon Yellow, with the addition of Pokemon Go features. For starters, you can connect this game with your Pokemon Go account, and, well, that's really all I know about it. I don't really hear anyone else talk about this aspect of the game, so it must not be that fantastic. But that's not where the Pokemon Go connections end. Oh, no. We have capturing Pokemon. Now, instead of battling wild Pokemon like you would in the previous games, you now just flick your Joy-Con, or press the A button if you're playing in handheld mode, and throw a Pokeball at it. Along with that, folks, that is one way you gain XP and capture wild Pokemon. Now, of course, there still is Pokemon battles between random strangers and whatnot, though I do miss having to battle wild Pokemon down to a certain health percentage and then capturing them, or just using the wild Pokemon to level up my team before a gym if I was a little low leveled or whatnot. So I do hope when the next Switch Pokemon game rolls around that they bring it back to that more normal style of Pokemon gameplay that we're all familiar to. Alright, now onto some of the new stuff I like. Co-op is now a new addition with the other person just using the other Joy-Con that you're not. Oh, did I mention that? Yeah, you only use a single Joy-Con through the game, which caught me off guard for a moment, and really, it's not the greatest. I would prefer playing in handheld mode, and plus the addition that they don't have Pro Controller support. But hey, I'm complaining again, I said I wouldn't complain. I'm a complainer! Sound the alarms! Complainer alarms! Whoop! 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 This is what happens when I go off script! Whoop! Whoop! Okay, but I'll move on to something that I actually love. You can finally have your Pokemon follow you around again. Yes, thank you, God. You have blessed us. Thank you. Oh, God, what the? I just that fell from the top of my desk. Okay. I'm so glad they brought this feature back from Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I think they should have brought it back sooner, but whatever. You know, we got it now, and that's all I care about. This game, by the way, looks absolutely amazing. It's so smooth and crisp. Now, I wouldn't say that this is one of my favorite Pokemon games, but I don't really know yet. I haven't put that much time into it yet. I've just got it a few weeks ago, you know, so. But I will say that it was a really good game out of 2018. No. I can hear you already. Austin, what's so different between this and all 460 other Call of Duties? Well, quite a bit, actually. So they finally decided to get rid of the story mode of the Black Ops series, for better or for worse.
Train go boom.
But in addition of removing the story mode, they added a Battle Royale mode. Hold on, wait, stop, wait. Get this. It's actually really good. My friend Jacob probably explained it best. It's like the smoothness of Fortnite and the mechanics of PUBG. And you know, he wasn't wrong. The Battle Royale mode is actually pretty good, and I had some fun playing it too. Now there is no third-person mode, it's only first-person mode, but there's an addition of vehicles, helicopters, boats, and all that jazz. The zombie mode, which I haven't tried out yet, not being that big of a zombie fan, I heard is pretty good, so, you know, zombie fans, you got that to look forward to. Normal online play is still great too. You have all your classic game modes, Team Deathmatch, Free-for-All, Domination, and etc. And now with the change of having to be able to heal yourself instead of just running off and hiding and waiting till the screen isn't full of blood or whatever. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game a lot more than the previous CODs, and I'm glad that they made the changes that they did. Oh my lord. Mega Man is finally back, and it is so glorious. Mega Man 11 is Mega Man's first game since Mega Man 10 in 2010. And wow, is this game pretty. It's like pretty. You know, like the pretty. The pretty on the pretty. I really like Mega Man's new tweaks and stuff to his design, even though they may not be very outstanding. They fit the new generation. As for gameplay, well, it's Mega Man. But with some new changes. Mega Man now has a slow motion mode where he slows down time until the meter gets full and overheats, and a super powerful blast mode which adds more BAM to your normal attacks. Plus the new Robot Masters are very fun and have all these new types of abilities. And it's also not very traditionally Mega Man hard. So I really recommend it. It's only $30 and it's out on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now listen, I was originally gonna put 2 Monster Hunter games here, this and Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and... Hey, you right there, you stop that right now, hey? I didn't, obviously, I was thinking about it, but Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate just had a bit too many problems for me to put it at a certain number on the list. Don't worry, I put it on honorable mentions. Nevertheless, this is about Monster Hunter World, and it is just... Oh my... It's... I'm sorry, I lost a bit of control there. Monster Hunter World is, for starters, beautiful, with a capital T. Yeah, just right in the middle of the word beautiful, a capital T. Yeah, just... I can't write scripts! The environment is just outstanding. The size of the hub world, too. It's just... Hey, can someone bring in Donkey Reactions number 4? Jesus Christ! The hub has so many things in it that you just have to stop and look at it for a moment. And be like, wow. This game also has a story mode, and yeah, I know the previous Monster Hunter games have had story modes before, but I feel like the development team really wanted to push the story a little more harder. Now also including full voice acting at some parts. Even though the handler is the most annoying person to ever exist next to Navi and Ocarina of Time. Once past all that, you get into the game part of it. I need to find another word for wow. Knock someone's socks off. The team at Capcom decided to do something pretty wild. Other monsters can get into fights with the monster you may be currently trying to kill, and it's cool to see, unless both of the monsters decide to come after you. But getting sidetracked in this game is to be expected, as you could be walking around just getting some plants, maybe some new minerals, and then see a monster that you haven't seen before and just get that overwhelming excitement to find it and see what kind of armor you can craft out of the remains of it. Also, loading between areas is no longer a thing, which I think is for the better because it keeps the adrenaline going. So yeah, I love this game, as you could probably tell. I'll most likely make a video about this game in the future. Maybe it'll be a review, or maybe it'll be a brilliance of video. I don't really know yet, but Monster Hunter World is out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and I definitely recommend getting it right now. You won't regret it. Though Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is still my favorite. Now, I'm not going to have very much to say about Celeste, because this is a game I personally think that you should really experience for yourself, or at least watch a full playthrough on YouTube, or go pick it up on Steam or the Switch, or, you know, your PS4, or whatever you have. Or, you know, watch a Yakcom video on it, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, Celeste is probably one of the best platformers I've played this year. Even though it goes for that kind of 8-bit style, the people at Matt Makes Games, great name by the way, still makes the game stand out in a very beautiful way. And the gameplay too, just, oh my, wow, just wow. From the characters, the little extras, everything in this game is just, I can't really do value to this game by explaining it, so just go play the game for yourselves and you'll have an absolute blast with a terrific story. I'm a pretty big Dragon Ball fan, and this game has to be the best Dragon Ball game I have ever played, and just one of the best games I've ever played in general. From every little painstaking detail the team at Art put into the game, they did an amazing job, even by referencing moves and panels from the manga. I don't want to talk about this game too much because I might be planning on reviewing it out of the long list of games I want to review, so I'm going to just leave it at that. But may I suggest watching Yakcom's Dragon Ball FighterZ in a nutshell video. It's really great. Anyways, on to number 3. And yes, I also say Fighter Z instead of Fighters because that's how it's so. Because it looks. Yeah, shut up. Spider-Man or Spider-Man PS4 or Insomniac Spider-Man. Spider-Man 456 really makes you feel like Spider-Man. But in all honesty, Spider-Man PS4 is amazing. I could tell that this game was going to be a hit once I saw the Insomniac logo during the E3 trailer. And I think this game, in all honesty, is very beautiful. Now, I may not be on the levels of Uncharted 4 or Lost Legacy or the next game on the list, but it's pretty close. Just swinging around New York while the sun is going down, it's just... Oh, it's beautiful. We so do not deserve this game. And can I talk about New York too? Because... Don't say wow. Don't say wow. Don't say wow. Because holy crap, wow. Dang it! Insomniac had made this a pretty close representation to New York City, while also throwing in some Marvel Easter eggs. But I'd like to get back to the web swinging. I feel the web swinging in this game is better than the web swinging in Spider-Man 2. Now, okay, hold on. Not to say that Spider-Man 2's web swinging has aged. No. On the contrary. They're still amazing, but I just find a better flow in this game with Spider-Man being able to go from web swinging to wall running just like that. It's very hard not to get sidetracked by swinging around the city or going off to do side missions and whatnot. I found myself using the fast travel once, and that was only just to see one of the cutscenes for Spidey on the subway or whatnot. And the costumes. You have all these amazing suits from the comics, movies, the frickin' Toby suit. I had to do a cover of this because UNG sucks and blocked it in Canada and the United States. The passion they put into this game and the missions, oh man, the missions, are they fun. Insomniac decided to take a little note for the Batman Arkham games in terms of combat, and it works seamlessly. Unlike Batman, Spider-Man doesn't gravitate or automatically jump to another enemy. You have to sort of direct yourself into the direction of the other enemy. Spider-Man for PS4 is a blast, and sorry if I didn't talk about certain things or whatnot. There's just so much to this game I can only say without making the rest of this video a full review on it. Maybe I'll make a Brilliance of video on it. Who knows? Now I'm gonna tell you guys something pretty shocking. I've never completed the first Red Dead Redemption. I don't know why. I know I'm a horrible person, but I was still overly excited for Red Dead 2 because for one, it's a prequel, and I would have been able to learn about some more of the backstory on the past members of John Marston's gang, learning what it was like running with the Dutch Vanderlyn gang, and this story. Oh my god, the story. Like, Rockstar never ceases to amaze me with their writing of characters and stories because it's just so good. From the bonds the characters have with each other and that no good rat Micah. I don't want to give too much of the story away because the game is so very relatively new, but I'll just say this. Once done with the story, this will make you want to go back to the first game and play it. Even if you never played the first game before, it will make you want to. It sure made me. In fact, I restarted my OG save file on Red Dead 1 because I didn't want to miss any details I might have missed my first time playing through. So, enough about that. What about the gameplay? It's okay. I'm joking. The gameplay is stunning. It's so smooth and it flows so good. Plus the amount of detail. I know I've been mentioning detail a lot, but I just can't help it. I love detail in games, especially when you can finally pet dogs. In addition to that, you can feed your horse, pet it, talk to other people. There is so much to do in Red Dead Redemption 2 that I'm sure I've barely scratched the surface of what I'm able to do. Like Spidey, I have a Brilliance of video I'm planning on making sometime in the future on this game. So yeah, I won't go into any more. On to the honorable mentions. So I'm gonna put some honorable mentions here, mainly games from last year because I didn't make top 10 games of 2017 list last year, and there was a whole bunch of amazing games that came out last year, so here we go! Yahoo! And now, for the best game of 2018, in my opinion.
Colors weave into a spire of flame. Distant sparks call to a past still unnamed. Bear this torch against the cold of the night. Search your soul and reawaken the undying light.
How? How could this game not be the best game of 2018? And call me a Nintendo fanboy all you want, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is, well, it's the ultimate Smash game. I get it. With the re-edition of all Super Smash Bros. Characters, with even some new ones like Simon Belmont, Flip-Floppin' Ridley, the excitement everyone had for the reveal trailer and then the characters trailer alone was enough for me to consider this a top 10 game of 2018. I almost flipped my desk over when I saw Snake appear on the ground with the little... All of the characters in this game look amazing, and the render of Zelda just... The total of 74 unlockable fighters, all of the returning stages, except for Pokefloat. Just the hype leading up to this game was great. Sakurai and his team put so much into this game to make sure it pleased all Smash fans. They just took the competitive and casual aspects of Smash and threw them into a freaking ninja blender, and they mixed it all together wonderfully. Like, if you roll too many times, you won't go as far back as you would if you only rolled once. Air dashing. You know, I was never a very super competitive Smash player who knew the ins and outs of the controls and the microscopic details. Though Smash Ultimate makes me want to learn about it, become better, become more competitive. In addition to all of that, all of the changes, we have another story mode. Story-like mode. Where everyone in Smash Bros. History just straight up dies, and you have to collect these spirit things and all that, which they unfortunately replaced the trophy system, but with the spirits giving boosts to certain characters depending on which one you have, and you have to upgrade them and do all that. It's just so much. I'm not very good at explaining a lot of things. Also, I forgot to take notes while I was recording these games, so I kind of have to go off the top of my head. But Smash Ultimate is really something you need to experience for yourself. And yeah, I've said it like 5 times now, but for this, I really mean it. And also, I do want to review this game too, so, you know, yeah. But there's so much to this game in a very good way. It is certainly something special. Hey guys, Austin here. Sorry about the summary for the last couple of games, or just some games in general. I didn't take notes on the games, which was a big mistake, so I kind of had to just go off the top of my head with all of it, and I tend to like to ramble a bunch. And add to the fact that some of these games I want to make individual videos on them, so yeah. Plus it's a top 10 list, so I don't need to go into too much detail about the games, but yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe. I have a lot more content planned for this channel in 2019. It won't be as bare or sloppy, hopefully, as it was 2018 and 2017. But yeah, thanks for listening and watching. Happy 2019. Bye.